Hello creative people, and welcome back to my channel. For today's concept, we are working on something that is called newborn. Newborn, it's a concept where I will show you how you can create items using fabric, which means they have much more longer life and they are not made from recycled items. For today's video, the inspiration comes from Sabrina Carpenter, who wore this beautiful dress from a company that is called Mirror Palais. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I will link it in my description box below if you want to purchase it. It's quite expensive dress. Or you can just follow my tutorial and I will show you how you can make it for much less. So let's start with this tutorial. This dress you will need fabric. I'm using mesh, which is actually a wedding lace. It's in the nude color, but if you have any other fabric that is much more thicker, then use that. But for me, I thought this was the perfect fabric that also represents the original item. The second part is to create a pattern. I'm using my basic pattern. You can purchase it on FashionCells-English. It's also listed in my description box below, and it's very easy to use, so I will show you how I do it. I start with placing my basic pattern underneath and just measuring my bust size. I do have bigger bust, so my bust is quite big, and I need to actually change from the upper incision to remove it and place it on this side to create space for my breast. Also, I want to delete the incision because the dress doesn't have any incisions on the waist, so we're gonna take that away. What I realized during this process that my fabric was quite stretchy, so I had to make a few more changes to make it fit much better. But these are the changes I did to make this pattern. Second part is the back pattern. Try to just make them very even. With the length, you can actually play with the length. I always prefer to make it longer, and then you can always shorten it. If you make it shorter, you cannot make it longer. I mean, you can, but it will be a lot of stupid seams, and we want to avoid that. So I decided that it's always better to make it longer, and then you can always shorten it. The second step is to take your fabric, fold it, and place the pattern above the fabric. Measure 1 centimeter for the sewing because my patterns do not have any seam allowance. So you have to measure always 1 centimeter for the sewing and then cut out all of the pieces. And of course, now it's time to sew the incisions before you connect them to the sides. Lace or mesh fabric is very sensitive fabric, which if it's too tight it can break. So for me, I really wanted to have also very nice seams. So what I did is I took this beautiful trim and I sew it, and then I fold it twice and sew a straight line. This actually made my dress look much more luxurious because it had very nice seams, and I was also 100% sure that it will not break. I also tried the dress and I realized that my mesh is very stretchy. So what I did is I actually folded in the back right here, and I took quite some centimeters. I think it was like 4 centimeters or 5 even, because I thought it was too loose. I didn't realize that my mesh was super stretchy. So I actually cut all of this. And I also realized once I put it on, I was like, I want to make my back even more lower. So I actually took away 4 centimeters on the back as well. You can kind of play with fabric or design however you want. It's really up to you. You don't have to, there is like no law how you have to do things to make them right. If it works, it works. If it not, then you're gonna find another solution. But for me, it's always fun because even though if I create a pattern, I don't always follow it. I always follow my body measurements, because the key to make my designs look amazing, it's the fit. So it needs to fit like a glove for my body and my length. So that's why, you know, I decided I want to make it more beautiful, and it really looked much better once I cut the low back. And of course I use the same trim for my bretelles. I attach my bretelles with on the edge of my seam, as you can see right here, and then I sew it on the side and all the way around. And also I added this beautiful trim, white trim, around all of the edges, so the skirt, the dress looked just like super flawless. Now it's the fun part, and also the most time consuming part, because this takes time. So I had this beautiful lace that it's actually a wedding lace, and I was deciding how I want to place it on the body, and this is what I came up with. I cut a few pieces out, I placed them on the butt, because you know the parts like butt, front, boobs, you know, you want to cover that as much as possible. So you know, that is what I did, and then I just hand sew it, and that is it actually. This is the finishing product. I'm definitely going to show you how I do with red lace and how you can create this dress without using my patterns. So please comment below. If there's any celebrity outfit that you want me to recreate, please comment also in my description box below, and I will try to recreate it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful and useful, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. It will really mean a lot to me, and I hope to see you in my next video. So stay tuned and see you soon again. Hej då!